Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ultra Squad, and today we're here with a new My Hero Academia What If, and this is What If Izuku was like Miss Marvel. Now, before I even start this What If, I'd like to make an announcement. The reason why I have not been posting for daily now is because I have myself a new job. And yeah, it actually takes a lot of my time. I'm starting work at 11, and I pretty much finished at 7 p.m. So yeah, I don't really have time to actually record. I'm doing this till Monday to Friday. I'm working, and like on pretty much Saturday and Sundays, it's the only time I'm actually free. So I don't really have that much time to record the daily things. So I'm sorry if you guys are hoping for that. I won't be able to do that now. Well, I'll try to do it. But without further ado, let's get right into this story. We'll start this what if after All Might saved Izuku the second time. After Izuku got chewed out by the heroes and how reckless he was, Bakugo was praising how pretty much calm and how actually he handled the situation well. Now, this is where I'm going to actually play a dickhead move on All Might. Now, All Might would actually appear original in canon to Izuku, and with this he will actually congratulate Izuku for doing the right thing. But at the same time, he put himself in danger, that if he was not there, he will likely be dead. And he told Izuku how he cannot be a hero. No matter how much he tries, he's just going to get himself actually hurt, while saving anyone, of course. So with this, he will not even offer Izuku one for all, and instead he will just give it to Muriel. Now, once Izuku hears this, he will just be quiet, and with this he will just walk home. Once Izuku actually gets home and he goes to his room, he will take out his hero notebook. He'll see all actually the ideas that he did about the hero's quirks, and he'll go to a page where Arma actually signed his actually notebook. Now, Izuku will basically throw his notebook in the bin, and he will actually just look around his whole room, seeing all my actually figures, and he will just throw them on the floor. He will just have a tantrum, of course. He basically would tear his posters, throw his actually toys, his actually bed sheets. He would tear it up. He was pretty much having a hateful moment. He just wanted someone to say that yes, you can become a hero. That's all Izuku wanted to hear. But instead, his idol just crushed his actually dreams. So after Izuku had his outbreak, of course, after Inko made dinner, Izuku will be in the living room on his phone, and he will get a call from his father, Hisashi Midoriya. Hisashi would tell Izuku how he should actually pretty much come to America to see him and to see his actually work, and just for the holidays, of course. Now, Izuku would think about this, and Inko would actually tell Izuku that he should actually go. That he should actually need a break after what happened the past couple of days. Now, Izuku will actually go to America, and there he will meet his father, Hisashi Midoriya. And there, for the next couple of days, Izuku father showed Deku around his work department, what they were actually working on. They were working on a super light-speed engine that can pretty much change the whole society of heroes itself. So, on the third day, when Izuku was actually in his father's work place, they were still testing out the light engine, and something went wrong. The light engine started to go haywire, and the whole building started to collapse, of course. Now, everybody actually started to run outside and started to go to the nearest exit. Now, for Izuku, once he was about to go through the exit, he would see someone or hear someone calling for help. Izuku would turn behind, and he would see some kind of an army soldier trapped underneath a rubble, of course. Now, Izuku would think about it, and he would think that maybe he should save him. But he would actually hear what Ahmed would say, that pretty much what he did was actually heroic, but he would just end up dying instead, of course. He would hear actually Bakugo's words saying that how useless he really is, that he doesn't have a quirk, he doesn't have a power, he can do nothing. All the hatred that people gave to him, saying that how quirkless and how weak he really is, this actually would change Izuku. Izuku will find a drive, he will push that thought out of his head, and he will go on hero mode to save this person. Izuku will go and he will actually help the guy with all his strength, lifting up the rubble underneath him, and he will actually crawl out. But his leg was crushed. He couldn't run, he couldn't walk. Izuku will pick him up and trying to actually get him out of the building, of course, near the exit. Now, after we're actually about to go through the exit, then his light actually speed engine would actually explode, completely collapsing and destroying the whole building itself. Now, once the building was destroyed and everybody made it outside, Hisashi was shocked that he was just saying that his son didn't make it out. He was cursing himself how much of a bad father he really is, that he didn't actually protect his own son. And he was actually just concerned about actually just getting out. He just thought Izuku was out with him. But they will actually see someone that they actually thought they would never see in this scene. They will see Starlight, or no, sorry, not Starlight, Stripes. I think that's actually her name. So with this, they will just see her there, and they are pretty much cheering for her. And with this, she comes out with two people, Izuku and actually the soldier that Izuku saved. Hisashi was sighing relief, and pretty much Izuku was kind of glowing, strangely, so they decided to take him to the hospital. Now, Izuku, once he wakes up, the doctor will run a few tests on him, asking if he was alright and things like that. Izuku said he was fine and asked about the soldier. They said the soldier was fine, that he just had a broken leg, of course, that he would be actually able to walk in the next 2 months. So they actually did some tests, and heck, Izuku seems to be fine. I mean, even better than fine. He healed up quite quickly, of course. Someone with his condition will be actually out for at least 5 months, of course. So once the doctor went out just to actually, put Izuku's test out, Izuku would actually relax, and with this he would feel actually a surge of energy in his hands. He would feel strange. He would put his right hand out, and pretty much a photon blast would just come out, destroying the wall that Izuku was actually staring at, and this shocked Izuku. And Izuku looked at his hand and said, what the heck was that? So with this, he tried to do it again, and it happened this time. It destroyed the whole wall, and a lot of nurses came to the room and asked what was going on here. Izuku would jump up and he would say yes, I have a quirk! So, the doctor would come in and they will explain everything to him, and with this they will call Hisashi, that pretty much his son has actually a quirk, and they actually kind of run some tests. Izuku didn't have a quirk, of course, he was quirkless, and now he had some kind of superpowers. Hisashi was actually surprised but also happy for Izuku that he has himself a power, that now he can actually pursue his dreams, where everybody actually told him where he actually could not. He can finally become a hero. So with this, Stripe will actually come into the hospital, and there she will actually congratulate and actually thank Izuku for saving one of her comrades, of course. That pretty much he did something so heroic, of course. And with this, she actually heard Izuku actually got himself some kind of superpowers, and heard that Izuku was quirkless. So she actually kind of made a proposal for this 10 months. Izuku would train under her. And of course, Izuku's not gonna accept. I mean, come on. He just got his powers, of course, and he needs help actually controlling it. And who better else not to have than Stripe training Izuku, of course, how to use his powers. So with this, the 10 months will pass where Izuku will stay in America, and there Izuku will go through harsh training. Like the training was so hard, like it was actually worse than even the training that he did in Arma in the original actually like anime. This was like, have you guys actually seen Creed and Creed 2? Think about Creed's training and times it by actually 20. That's what Izuku's going through. He's going through hellish training. He's training in the gym. He's training in the desert. Boy is actually basically lifting weights. He's actually training with soldiers, of course. And with this, Izuku learned how to control his powers perfectly. Well, not truly master his powers, but he's able to have a great control over his powers. He's able to fly. He's able to do a whole lot of things what Miss Marvel is able to do. So yeah. So with this, the 10 months will be over, and Izuku would actually say goodbye to his father and also Star Stripes, that he will actually truly be appreciated or grateful for what she actually did. With this, Star Stripes will actually tell Izuku that it was actually no problem, that he should get to the UA actually, like entrance exam. So with this, Izuku would nod and he will fly all the way from America to Japan. And have you guys seen Miss Marvel movie? I mean, come on, if she can fly into outer space in a matter of seconds, then Izuku can do the same thing too. So Izuku will fly all the way to Japan. Now we'll go all the way to actually UA, as people were actually going into actually the door to take the entrance exam. Just out of nowhere, Izuku will come flying from the sky and crash land in the middle of actually UA, scaring a whole lot of people going in to do the exams. Now, they were actually completely shocked. They just saw Izuku falling from the sky, landing in the center, and he just walked into the entrance exam. So they were pretty much taken aback by this, and whereas we're pretty much going to go through actually, or kind of like past the whole written part of the exam, because Izuku aced that with actually flying colors, of course. And when actually it came to the practical, where actually President Mike will actually explain the 0-pointer, the 1-pointer, and the 3-pointer, yeah, and the Ida does his actually same thing as original in anime, so yeah. So we'll go on right now to the present, where Izuku is at training ground actually A. With this, Izuku will actually do some stretches, and he will see the door opening, and with this, Izuku will fly at fast speeds, already actually destroying the first robots that actually came to his sight. Now everybody will be staring at awe, as the President Mike will actually tell them what are they doing. There's no countdown in actually hero actually test. Go 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 go. So they will actually go actually charge after Izuku, of course, but Izuku was far ahead of them. He was already on it. He's actually 8 points already, and he was just destroying robots after robots, blasted them all away while flying. And about actually 20 minutes would pass, Izuku will actually have 100 actually points already. Now Izuku will be standing on a building, and he will just hear rumble coming from the ground, and with this the 0-pointer will show up, and everybody will start running away. Now Izuku will hear someone calling for help, which will be Uraraka, and Izuku will have the same scenario back where in America where he saved the soldier. Now Izuku will obviously fly into action, saving Uraraka, of course, and with this he will take Uraraka to a safe spot, and he will actually one punch, or like just one punch the robot right up into the sky, and the robot completely exploded, of course. Now we go on to the teacher's actually room, where they were just seeing this in awe, like yikes, they just saw Izuku one shot this robot, just like kaboom, it was destroyed. Everybody was actually quite surprised that he actually just defeated the one at not the 1-pointer, the 0-pointer with so much ease. Now All Might will be completely shocked, and he will actually say like, wait, that kid, I know him. And everybody, and like the teachers there will say like, wait, you know him actually, All Might? And All Might will say like, yeah, it was the kid that I saved 10 months ago from the Sludge villain. And he pretty much, he didn't have any powers, he was quirkless, and now he has a quirk? That was strange. Now everybody there was so confused, and they thought like, well, probably he did have a quirk. No way, All Might completely confirmed that this boy had no quirks, no power at all. He even said to him if he can become a hero without even a quirk. Now, everybody would be actually quite surprised, and All Might will actually say like, could it be all for one? Because he got his power from him? So we'll pretty much time skip to where Izuku was actually at home with actually just in his room, and then Inko will burst in and showing Izuku the letter from UA. Izuku will open it, and he will read where he actually got accepted to UA, that he will be in class actually 1A. Now Izuku was actually excited, and we pretty much time skip all the way to actually UA, where Izuku was actually looking at actually his classroom door. He was just actually realizing how big actually this door already is. So with this, he will open it and he will see the same scene in the anime where actually Bakugo and Ida are basically fighting. Now Izuku will actually pay no attention, and he will just grab a seat right next to, surprisingly, Momo, of course, and he will just wait till actually Izawa comes in. So once actually Izawa comes into the class, he will tell them all to shut up and meet them outside. Oraka would say to actually Izawa, what about orientation? Izawa would say that he doesn't do orientation, and they should meet him outside. So with this, they will follow him outside, and there they will actually, pretty much Izawa will explain the whole ball throw, and he will toss the ball to Izuku, and he will tell Izuku what actually score he got in middle school. And Izuku, I actually don't know, probably like 20 or 10, so yeah. So Izawa will tell Izuku to use his actually quirk. Now Izuku will get into the circle, and he will throw the ball without using that much power. And Izawa actually saw this, of course. Izuku was not even trying. But what actually did actually show truly surprised actually Izawa. It showed that Izuku got affinity since he threw the ball into outer space, and since the ball didn't land, it just kept on floating and floating. So yeah, affinity. So they were quite surprised that Izuku just launched the ball into outer space, and they were basically just so actually amazed by it. Like, he has such an awesome quirk. Now, this Bakugo will actually rush towards Deku and say like, "Deku, how the heck did you do that?" And he would have about to like, you know what? No, we're gonna let him, of course. Let's just say that Izawa was actually just stunned by this, and he didn't actually realize that Bakugo was charging at Izuku, and with this Bakugo would throw an explosion at Izuku, taking it like a champ, and Izuku would be standing there like nothing, and he would just say like, "Was that supposed to tickle?" So with his Razorhead will actually wrap Bakugo up with his scarf, and he will tell Bakugo if he does something like that again, he will be expelled. So with this, he will go actually to Izuku and ask why did he not use his full strength. Izuku did tell Razorhead that there was no point since he barely even used his strength. And it got to infinity. There was no point, of course. If he did use his full strength, probably might cause actually shockwave, wind wave that might blow everyone backwards. Somebody might get injured. So yeah, that's why he didn't actually do it. And the Razorhead said like, okay, fine, he will let it slide. And somebody in the crowd said like, oh cool, we can actually use our quirks. And with this, Razorhead will actually say like, oh, you think this is cool? Well, somebody who actually gets last place, they get expelled. And Oraka said like, you can't do that. Oh boy. And Razorhead said like, oh yeah, want to try me? So with this, everybody was actually so afraid, so they started to do actually they actually started to sweat, exactly. They started to sweat in the whole exercise, of course. When it came to the running, Izuku got first place. Grip test, first place. Side-by-side step, first place. Long jump, first place. Nobody can beat Izuku. He got first in every single one of them. And once the results was out, Izuku got first place, Momo second, Todoroki third, Bakugo fourth, and last place is Mineta. So yeah. So with this, Razorhead would say to them that nobody was gonna get expelled. So yeah, this was actually just all of a joke, and he would just tell them that they were actually able to actually go home. Now we pretty much time skip all the way to actually hero versus villains, of course. Now pretty much let's just say about 2 days will pass, and now class 1A was actually doing actually, like heroes course, training course, whatever. So they were in class waiting for the hero teacher until all member come through the door, saying like, I've come through the door like a normal person. And with this, everybody would say like, it's All Might aside from Izuku. He was scarfed. Izuku had a little bit of a hatred for All Might after what he did, and All Might would actually tell Izuku, no, not Izuku, the Class 1A if they're ready to be heroes, and he will press a button to reveal everybody's hero costumes. Now, they'll be all psyched, and you know what, for me, Izuku's hero costume is going to be the same as Miss Marvel. Just kind of like, yeah, it's gonna be the same. Let's keep it American style, because his master, Star Stripes, yeah, he's gonna keep it like that, like what Miss Marvel actually has, so yeah. So with this, they will all go and change, and there, All Might will actually explain the hero versus villain thing, and with this, the villains, they will actually be original, like the same. Bakugo and Ida, and actually Izuku and actually Uraraka. Now, once actually the villain goes in and hides the bomb, about actually 20 minutes will pass to Uraraka and Izuku will enter the building. Now, they will form a plan with how to get the bomb, and with this, he will tell Uraraka to pretty much go and handle Ida while he handles Bakugo. Now, Uraraka went up to get the bomb, while he was pretty much looking for, well, Izuku was looking for Bakugo. Now, Bakugo will come around the corner and say like, "Peekaboo, bitch!" and he will actually throw an explosion towards Izuku. Now, Izuku will stand there, taking the explosion head on, and with this, it didn't phase Izuku. Bakugo said like, "How the hell did you do that, Deku? And tell me, how did he actually get powers like that?" He would just start throwing explosion after explosion, and with this, Izuku would just be standing there, and he would just flick Bakugo in the forehead, send him crashing into a wall after wall, making this guy go unconscious, knocking this guy out. And with this, he would go help Uraraka with Ida, and with this, the two of them would get the bomb super easily, of course. Now, everybody would be surprised. They'll congratulate Izuku and actually how well he actually handled this, pretty much how awesome his actually powers really is, that pretty much he's actually unstoppable. As we pretty much just go all the way to class where Eraserhead will actually elect the class president, and they will actually elect Izuku and Momo. And Izuku will actually have more confidence in this, so he will not actually downplay his proposal, of course. So we'll pretty much time skip to lunch to where Izuku was sitting on his own, to where Momori and Rozu would actually come up to Izuku, with also Jiro too, and the two, well, kind of the three of them would start to actually have a conversation, saying how pretty much amazing Izuku really is. Izuku would say the same thing to them, what they did in their hero training, of course. As after talking, the bell or the alarm would actually ring, saying a level 3 alert, villains had entered the school, and everybody would just go outside, like just running like crazy, trying to escape, while Izuku will look out, and he would see it was just the press. So Izuku will actually shout, well, kind of put on the fire alarm and make everybody drench, and he will actually ask Momo to create him actually a microphone. But this Momo will create it for Izuku, and Izuku will tell everybody to go back to class, that it was only just the press. Now, once everybody looked outside, they would see Izuku was actually right, and they were quite embarrassed for how pathetic they were acting. They were pretty much freaking heroes, trained to be heroes, and they were acting like little kids. So once they actually got into class, Eraserhead would tell them that tomorrow they're going to the USJ. Now, time skip all the way to the USJ. Everybody was actually on the bus, and they will talk about actually like their quirks. Now, once it gets to Izuku would actually say that his quirk is actually Cosmo Energy, of course. And they pretty much asked, what was that? Izuku would, well, he wouldn't really say how he got his powers. He would just say that he just recently awakened his powers, like just 10 months ago. That they were actually kind of surprised them that Izuku just awakened his powers just 10 months ago. He just this strong at this athlete age, like geez. So they will eventually actually make it to the USJ, and they will meet 13, and she will actually explain how quirks can be dangerous, how it can easily kill someone, blah blah blah. It's kind of stupid, of course. Now, once actually everybody is there in the USJ, they will see a portal opening up, and with this, Kirishima will say like, is that actually supposed to be there? Fake villains? And with this, Eraserhead would be shocked, and he would just say like those are real, and he would tell 13 to get them out of the USJ. But as they're trying to escape, pretty much a black mist will appear in front of them and saying that they are not getting out of here alive. Now, I'm going to be ending the what if here, guys. If you guys actually like this, like, subscribe. Let's get the video up to about, you know what, 20 likes. Yes, I'm gonna be nice. Let's get the video up to about 20 likes.